Hi, welcome to my Newtopia. I'm Mara. Today is November 28th, 2016. I had VSG surgery on August 15th, 2016, performed by Dr. David Newman of Central Carolina Surgery in Greensboro, North Carolina. My high weight was recorded at 300 pounds. My surgery date weight was 250 pounds. My weight today is 206 pounds. My goal weight is somewhere between 140 and 180, and I am 5'8". So happy Thanksgiving, belated Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a really good time, good meal, made good choices, or if you didn't make good choices, you're going to get back on your good choices as soon as you can. I mean, I know that family and food go together in such a way that sometimes it's hard to make the good choices. So there's a few things that I wanted to talk about today. I'm going to start with my non-scale victories. So last week was Black Friday. The day after Thanksgiving in America is called Black Friday, and it's the day that everyone goes out shopping. And I was actually able to buy regular width shoes, which I haven't been able to do since let me think. I think it was like 10. I think at around the age around 10, I had to start going to specialty shoe stores to buy extra wide shoes. So that was weird to be able to go in a shoe store. And I mean, it's hard to find my size anyway because I wear an 11. And so just imagine an 11 wide or even extra wide, very limited market for those. But I have a pair of boots coming because I wanted a different color than they had in the store. So today I'm coming to you from my brand new laptop, which was also a Black Friday thing. I'm not sure if it's going to make that much of a difference, but I'm also getting a webcam this week that my husband ordered for me because he's very supportive of me making these videos and being accountable to myself, by using these videos. The other thing that might be different for those people who have been here before is that I am wearing makeup today. So maybe you can see. Anyway, um, I don't normally wear makeup. I probably wear makeup like once every couple of years when my husband and I go on a cruise and they have what they call formal night, which is the night where everyone dresses up and you get all your pictures taken with your nice clothes, and I do makeup at the same time. But I was thinking, maybe I would start wearing makeup again. The reason I stopped wearing makeup is because my husband doesn't like me wearing makeup, not in the sense that he's like controlling about it, but he just thinks it's weird to kiss lipstick, which I agree. I have kissed people wearing lipstick, and it is a weird feeling if you are not wearing lipstick. It's kind of sticky and things for those people who have not kissed someone wearing lipstick. Um, I don't actually own any mascara at this time because whenever I come back from the cruise, I throw it away because I know that, mascara goes bad really quick. Like they say, throw it out like at least every 6 months, get new. And since I don't put it on but every couple of years, then, I just throw it straight away. But I'm probably going to get some today while I'm out doing more shopping. So, excuse me, I got the hiccups. So one of the things that's been driving me absolutely bonkers lately is I am so overeating protein. I don't want to eat any more protein. I just, every meal it's, well, eat your protein first. I'm even getting sick of cheese, and I love cheese. But, I mean, I want vegetables. I am eating vegetables, but I have to eat them after my protein, so I only get like maybe 2 or 3 bites of the vegetables. And, I mean, protein's perfectly fine, and I like eating meat, and I like eating cheese and things that have protein in it, but I'm just so sick of it. Just want it to be done. And I know it's not going to be, but that's just my thing today. I'm so tired of it. Every time like I go in the fridge and I like stare in the fridge and I'm like, I see celery and I see, because I made bone broth actually with the remains of the dearly departed turkey, and so I had vegetables in the fridge that I don't normally necessarily have because celery's so fibrous, that unless you like peel all of those things on the back, it's kind of hard to eat. But I was like, I don't care. I'm having celery with peanut butter because that's what I want. And it's not that much protein, but I really don't give a shit right now. So speaking of Thanksgiving, I wanted to share with you the dessert that I made because, I told you I bake it a lot. And this week I made a triple chocolate cheesecake, low carb, actually a lot of protein in it. Um, and here it is. Hopefully you can see that. It's in piece, so it's a little broken, but very small piece. Actually, the whole cheesecake was humongous, and but I've given it all away except for, excuse me, one of my cats is talking to one of my other cats. I've given it all away except for a few pieces that my husband and I both ate. Uh, very good cheesecake. I mean, it doesn't really taste like cheesecake. I'm a kind of cheesecake traditionalist. I like white cheesecake. And but two of the people, our guests that were coming over for Thanksgiving, are both chocoholics, and I was already going to be making something that didn't have any sugar in it, so I thought, well, I'd at least play to that strength with the chocolate. They both loved it. Um, both of them said it doesn't really taste like cheesecake, and my husband said it doesn't taste like cheesecake. He thinks it actually tastes more like a chocolate truffle, which, nothing wrong with that. In fact, that recipe could definitely be modified to be chocolate truffles. Last week I told you all the stuff that I made, and the only thing that I added to my turkey, almond coconut rolls, mashed cauliflower, and then I did a loaded mashed cauliflower, and then I did those two things I added at the last minute, and then I added, no, and I didn't add Brussels sprouts with bacon. Really good. Everything was low carb. The two, like I said, my two guests, my mother and my neighbor, they are not low carb, you know, but they both really liked it. And, even though it wasn't what might be considered a traditional Thanksgiving, especially for living in the South, there was no macaroni and cheese, there was no stuffing, there was no gravy. I was going to make gravy, but the turkey came out with very little gravy because we had gotten a free range heritage bird, so there really isn't a lot of fat or something on the bird. But it made a really, really good bone broth. Another thing that's been going on for months and driving me nuts is that my nose runs all the time. I have to blow my nose almost constantly, and it's making my nose pretty red and sore. And at first I just thought it was allergies because it was the fall, and I do sometimes have fall allergies. And then I thought, oh, well, it's related to when I eat, because that is sometimes the key for some people to let them know that they're full is that they'll hiccup once, or they'll hiccup a bunch of times, or they'll sneeze, or they'll have a runny nose, or, various things. But for me, it's constant. It doesn't matter whether I've eaten or drank anything. It just is a constant thing. And it's very annoying. And the only thing I can think of is that I've heard when you're in ketosis that your body tries to rid itself of all of its toxins that's built up in your body over time. And I have 45 years of toxins, so my nose is constantly running. With my husband, since he's also in ketosis, he has like sinus drainage in his throat and scratchy throat and stuff like that, which I don't have. And sometimes my voice will change. On some of my previous videos, my voice modulates a little bit because of the runny nose. So I started taking omeprazole Prilosec for pain in my stomach, and it seems to be working. So I'm going to go to my surgeon next week and talk to him about it and see if I can get a prescription for the non-over-the-counter stuff. But if you have any, weird pains in your actual stomach, could be heartburn that's not like heartburn you've had before, at least not for me. So might want to talk about that with your doctor. One of the last things that's bothering me is that my hair, I'm really, really losing my hair. You can probably see that. Yep. Anyway. And I was watching Chemistry Queen, who's another YouTuber, and she explained the science of why you lose your hair and why it's not a bad thing, why it's actually kind of a good thing that you're losing your hair. And hopefully you should go take a look at that. It's pretty interesting. She's a scientist, so she actually explains the medical or scientific reasons for it. last week I said to my mom, "Oh, I'm really losing my hair." And she said, "Oh, no, your hair looks really thick." And I said, "No, look." And I bent over and I showed her. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, you really are losing your hair. Pretty soon you and your husband are going to have the same hairstyle." And if you've seen my husband, Brad, in my other video where I interviewed him for his spouse's opinion of surgery, you know that he is pretty much bald. He has a little, little very short little hairs on the side, and that's it. So, thanks, Mom. Yeah, I haven't really decided what I'm going to do about it. I mean, there's nothing to do about it other than keep taking my vitamins and taking biotin and things. I figure that I'll, probably wear some headscarves and some berets. I don't know, hats. It's a good time of year to be wearing hats. No one's going to look at you twice wearing a hat. Headscarves. Uh, but I'm going to go get my hair done in like 3 weeks by an actual professional hairdresser. I usually go to the really inexpensive places, the quick clips and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Um, these are the people that have just gotten out of beauty school, don't really have a lot of experience, and make very little amount of money. But the person that I'm going to go see actually has a studio, hair studio, and she's been doing this for a lot of years. So hopefully she'll have some ideas on how to cut or style my hair to make it look a little fuller or not as obvious. It's not really obvious unless I bend my head down. So unless I'm, picking up money from the ground, it's probably fine. So before I talked about calcium, one of my way, way, way before videos, I talked about calcium, and there's been some things that I've talked about where it's where they're saying that calcium can actually do damage to your body because especially the calcium in things like these kind of things, actually all or these bariatric ones or these, I think they all qualify as non-natural, not natural sources of calcium generally. And I don't know specifically about any of these brands, and I'm not knocking any of these brands, but I've done some research and found that a lot of the regular brands, are made with things like ground up seashells, which our body was never intended to absorb. And some of these, like this one in particular, has corn syrup as one of the ingredients, and each one of these is like 20 calories, and I'm supposed to take 3 a day. I mean, that's a lot of calories for just a vitamin. So now I have switched to, and I'm not sponsored or anything like that, this is just my personal way of doing things, to this Garden of Life living calcium, which is made of plants and algae and things like that, all natural living things. And I'm only taking one of these a day. The instructions say to take 6 of these a day. Now these are quite large pills, and right at first I did not have taken these. So that's the pill. You can see I have pretty big hands, so you can see it's pretty big. It's maybe like 3/4 of an inch long. You can snap them in half and swallow them that way, but jagged edges have also caused me problems in the past. These I can take. I have to, swallow them with a drink of water. I can't take anything else with them, and I have to take like an extra little drink of water to get them down. But I'm thinking that maybe that's not so bad for what they do. Anyway, so non-natural forms of calcium but build up in your arteries and cause blockages and things like that. There's big studies about it, and you should probably look into that. If that's something of your concern, talk to your doctor. It's very new. You might have seen it on some news programs as well. So the last thing I want to do is I am wearing leggings, and I'm going to be wearing them out of the house. My first time wearing leggings out of the house by not going to the gym. I'm actually going to go out shopping with my mom. So I'm going to show you a more or less full body shot, but there's a lot of clutter around me. You can see my chair over here, and there's stuff on tables and stuff. So just bear with me. I'm going to pause and then come back to that. Okay. So here I am, my new leggings outfit. I'm actually going to wear another shirt over the top of this because even though I'm comfortable wearing leggings out, I'm not comfortable enough to just go out and wear this short of a shirt with leggings. So I've always felt like from the front I am not, I don't really think that I look especially heavy. And even when I was 300 pounds, I never thought from the front that I did. From the side, yes, my stomach's definitely a lot smaller than it used to be, but my butt is also smaller. As my neighbor likes to say, "Oh, Mara, your tushy's getting so much smaller." That was my imitation of my 76-year-old southern neighbor. I forgot the southern accent part though. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well. I look forward to talking to you. If you have any questions, comments, etc. If you like this video, subscribe. I post weekly. And or at least give it a thumbs up or whatever. So I will talk to you soon. Bye.